Hello, this is Ryan, Sue's younger son. I have a thank you note from one of my mom's students named Marco. He wrote, "It is time for you to relax. Happy summer, period. You are the best, period. Teacher, period. I will miss you. By Marco." Seems like that kid knew how to write a letter. Thank you, Marco. My mother loved art and literature, languages, poetry, and of course, the wonders and mysteries of nature, like figuring out the names and uses for everything we could find on a walk. She loved mysteries. She devoured mystery books by the author. She would simply go to the library, choose what was next in the series or something she hadn't read, or pick a different author. She just kept reading. In one of her college societies, she was the bard or poet that read the invocation at meetings. Her group gifted her a book of poems and quotes in honor of her service. And she had me use that book to read to my Boy Scout troop, where I had signed up to be the chaplain's aide, where I would assist whenever they did a church service. And I was charged with invoking God and the wonders and mysteries and those types of thoughts at the beginning of all of our special ceremonies. She would actually pick the poems for me to read for an invocation or for the benediction and set the mood and tone for all of my most important Boy Scout ceremonies. And I'm thankful for that. One of the magazines she was last reading was left folded open to a page that had a few quotes on it. Two of the quotes really spoke to me from that one. One from Jorge Luis Borges says, "The solution to the mystery is always inferior to the mystery itself." She reveled in watching murder mysteries and all types of mysteries and reading books. That was one of her things. Also, music was central in my mom's life. She sang in choirs for decades. My brother and I even got to join her on stage performing with an R&B 60s style girl group of harmony singers, where my brother played bass and I played drum set. It was one of our first gigs. My grandmother tells the story of singing Rockabye Baby to Susan, and Susan singing it back at only a year old. My mom attempted to teach our pet cockatiel Bird, "Oh, what a beautiful morning," and the bird got pretty close. I've never been a singer, but I've learned to listen more closely, and when I relayed ideas that I was discovering about vocal performance to my mom, she said, "Yeah, it takes a lot of practice." So I'll keep practicing. She was a great teacher. She led by example and always gave positive praise. My mother's ear was well trained to rhythm too, and she would dance as soon as a few beats of music were played, even commercials. She'd start moving her shoulders and head and get that look on her face of pure enjoyment, just from feeling the groove. She prepared me for school dances by teaching me the two-step and the slow dance, sway, and the twist. I became a drummer and a percussionist and a music teacher, and I found that her natural seeming skills are very rare. During her last moments with us, my brother and I thanked her for everything she has taught us and all we have learned, and for caring for us so strongly our entire lives. We thanked her for walking with us and singing to us. That night when I played a James Taylor album on my phone, she perked up and said, "Oh, pretty guitar." She loved his finger-picking acoustic guitar style. Her taste in music has heavily influenced me throughout my life. I influenced her more recently with my taste in podcasts. For the last year or so, I had shared a podcast with her called Wonderful. The hosts, Griffin and Rachel, are a married couple, and they discuss a handful of topics that they really enjoy on each episode. Last month, I told her the exciting news that Rachel is pregnant and going to have a baby. My mom was excited for my excitement and said, "Oh, that's great, honey." There is a poetry segment on their show, and I had recently heard a really good one. In her hospital room, before she was gone, I got to share with her this poem called The Raincoat. It's by Ada Limon, and it's about a mother and child. The Raincoat. When the doctor suggested surgery and a brace for all my youngest years, my parents scrambled to take me to massage therapy, deep tissue work, osteopathy, and soon my crooked spine unspooled a bit. I could breathe again and move more in a body unclouded by pain. My mom would tell me to sing songs to her the whole 45-minute drive to Middle Two Rock Road, and 45 minutes back from physical therapy, she'd say even my voice sounded unfettered by my spine afterward. So I sang and sang because I thought she liked it. I never asked her what she gave up to drive me or how her day was before this chore. Today, at her age, I was driving myself home from yet another spine appointment, singing along to some maudlin but solid song on the radio, and I saw a mom take off her raincoat and give it to her young daughter when a storm had taken over the afternoon. My God, I thought, my whole life I've been under her raincoat, thinking it was somehow a marvel that I never got wet.